In this mixing tutorial, we're looking at adding width to mono sounds. One simple way to do this is to add reverb, but this of course adds a different colour. Here we're going to focus on ways we can add width that don't add too much colour. If you want to add stereo width to a mono signal, the simplest way is to split it into two, hard panning the two signals in opposite directions, and then you delay one side slightly. This works for delay times up to about 25 milliseconds because of the Hass effect, and any longer you begin to notice the delay. However, although this technique sounds great in stereo, when you mono it you will probably get comb filtering. Whether the comb filtering in mono is a problem is of course completely subjective, but also quite dependent on the type of sound and the exact delay timing. One option is to mono the signal and adjust the delay timing to get a sound that's acceptable in mono. If we combine delay with pitch modulation, then we can reduce the comb filtering created by our delay technique. However, to make this work as a widening effect, we need to split the affected and direct signals. A plugin such as UAD's Brigade Chorus, which is based on the famous Roland CE1, includes a classic mode for this purpose. However, you could just grab a chorus with dual mono capabilities, setting the mix to 100% on one side and 0% on the other side. A bit like applying delay, we can create width by shifting pitch. Typically associated with Eventide's H3000 micro pitch shift effect, the key here is that the shift is very small. To match the classic effect, you're looking for about plus 9 cents on one side and minus 9 cents on the other side, but not all DAW stock plugins can deliver this sort of shifting in a convincing manner. There are various options, but one reasonably good one is Audio Damage's Discord 4. A variation on this is to modulate the pitch on one side using an LFO. This is a simplified version of yet another H3000 classic voice doubler. Using H3000 Factory, I've augmented the existing micro pitch shift and set the LFO to 1 Hz, and the shift limit to about 10 cents. Mono to stereo plugins attempt to retain good mono compatibility, and with their turnkey simplicity they present a highly attractive proposition. Sidewidener is a free CM Suite plugin with 3 width modes that provide progressively more decorrelation and thus wider effects. And if you have some budget, NewGen's Stereoizer 3 is one of the best wideners around. For mono sources, you have 2 algorithms based on timing and intensity, and both include frequency limits and focusing options. As mentioned, reverb is a great way to add width, but it also adds colour, and the techniques here are designed to minimise added colour. However, there is a way to use reverb without adding too much colour, and this can be great for creating subtle width. What you need is a very short reverb. Having said that, the success of this technique really rests on finding the right sort of reverb, and the short reverb capabilities of plugins do seem to vary quite a bit. What you're after is an effect that lets you reduce the size and decay time right down, and also has a nice decorrelated effect, so it adds width. To check this, load the reverb as an insert and set the mix to 100% wet. Here I've loaded up one of my favourites, IK Multimedia's CSR Room, which allows you to adjust the width of the reverb signal. This means you can exaggerate the effect even more. With a few key tweaks, decay time 0.05 seconds, room size at 4 meters and high cut at 2 kHz, I've created a lovely wide effect, which I simply need to blend to taste.